Time it says. It is showtime.
Showtime.
Good evening, ladies and gents. We are a little bit later than normal. We normally do it at lunchtime, don't we? But I've been out on the bank. I've had a wonderful day, Lee. I've been on the Trent at Fiskerton.
Don't like the Trent, Rob. Never have.
Don't you like the Trent? Why not? Tell me why.
Just
too many fish.
Just think it's like, people get lucky, don't they?
Yeah, it's definitely a venue that's rewarding at the moment for the.
I think
better anglers are getting.
It doesn't reward teams very well.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. No. I think over the years it has.
I would say probably up until about 11 o'clock on Saturday, it was one of the fairest team venues in the world. and then it wasn't.
Yep. It was brilliant, wasn't it? So we're going to talk about lots of things tonight, but the most important thing, before we talk about competition winners on the latest comp, the most important thing is that Lee and I fish against each other in the Feeder Masters Super League. It's a team of 4 event, and we fish in different teams, unbelievably. Lee fishes for Feeder Masters Feeder Team, FT, Factory Team, Feeder Team, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and I fish with Dragon Ringers, which Lee's team is Lee Kerry, Michael Buckwalder, Mick Viles, Will Freeman. Amazing anglers, all international anglers. The team that I fish with is myself, Adam Wakeling, Phil Ringer, Steve Ringer. Equally amazing anglers. Like what a group of 8 anglers that is. It's incredible.
Yeah.
We wear red. Lee's team wear blue. It's like old school rivalry. It's fantastic. And we love fishing against each other.
We do, yeah. We do actually, yeah.
We're going for bragging rights constantly. The Super League is ran over 4 matches. There are 15 other teams, so there's 15 peg sections. It's run over 4 matches. The venues are Southfield, then we go to Boston, then we go to Carmill, which is a sort of a natural lake. Then we go to the River Trent. So you've got a river, a natural lake, a man-made lake, a commercial, all feeder fishing. What a variety. Best team at the end of that league is crowned Super League champion.
Yeah. It is the all-round feeder league.
Up until this year, how many years has it been running?
This was the 6th year.
This was the 6th year. So 5 years previous, our Ringers Dragon team have won it 4 years. Your team has won it once. So Correct. We've been pretty consistent throughout.
Very consistent.
This year, however, you went into the last round 15 points ahead, which is...
We had scored a mere 43 points across 3 rounds, Robert.
Yeah.
Which
43 points
is pretty astonishing, actually. Like, it's a low score, isn't it? 15 points.
It's incredible. It's an incredible score.
Yeah.
So we were 15 points adrift, weren't we? Which is a whole section of anglers, really. We needed one of your guys, in theory, not to turn up.
We averaged 15 points a round, and you were 15 points behind. So,
and we're going to your venue, which is
probably our favourite venue, I would say.
Your favourite venue. So the River Trent is probably your favourite venue.
Was.
So, the bit of a backstory. You hear about Phil Ringer, Steve Ringer, maybe Adam Wakeling or Adam fishes the river on and off. And you think, they don't fish the river. They don't know what the river's all about. 2 years ago, we had a feeder national on the River Trent. And I fished the river quite a lot. I go fishing on the River Trent quite a lot throughout the summer months. And like to feel I know roughly what to do on most of the stretches. Know the areas, roughly know what to do. So we spent a lot of time going on matches, going on practice sessions, practicing for the feeder national 2 years ago. We had a whole summer on the River Trent. And everyone at the end of that knew what they were doing on the River Trent. So Steve Ringer and Phil Ringer, who are seen as commercial carp guys, were brilliant on the river.
Brilliant.
We actually won that feeder national, qualified for the World Club Champs. I think, were you second?
We were third.
So, it's consistency. Because we're fishing with 6-man teams, 6-man teams, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
At the time. Fast forward, obviously, a couple of years on, we've got the final round on the River Trent. You boys are miles ahead of us. We have sort of not gave up on the league, but we're thinking. I actually sent a message to the lads. I said, what are we doing here? Because are we going for it? Are we going all out, trying to win the league, trying to perform a miracle, get all the points back, and hope that we have a good day? Or are we just trying to hold on to second, not disgrace ourselves, and go on to the final? And basically, Phil spoke to Phil about it. It feels like we're going for it, but let's not disgrace ourselves. So obviously, we made sure we went for a practice. I'd already fished a few matches on Trent so far. Been on a few sessions, been on a couple of other sessions. We'd been on a coaching day on the stretch as well, so you get a feel for what's going on. And we went down as a 4 with 2 other anglers that help out on the day as well, and had a really good practice. And as is the case with a lot of the river at the minute, there's not really a lot of bites to be had. No. All the dace and the roach and the perch and the little chublets and gudgeon and all those little other fish, they've sort of disappeared. And it is a big fish river. And it's very few big fish as well. We had a day where we all caught between 1 and 6 bream when we were practicing. And we understood that the conditions were perfect on our practice session. We also understood that we were probably on good pegs for catching the bream. But when I've been fishing the river, there's been hook baits, standout hook baits. There's been standout ways of feeding that have caught your fish. When others haven't. Mix that in with what the other lads have brought to the table as well. And we had a bit of a plan, and we were reasonably confident of catching big fish. And then when we've looked at the sections, we said there's probably 2 sections where you're catching big fish, 2 as in bream. Another section where your bonus fish is going to be like a big perch, maybe a barbel, maybe a chub, but you're still going to need a bonus fish to get you good points.
Yeah.
And maybe another section where bonus fish weren't going to feed as much, the bottom end on the rack, as they call it. I did not know, though, how hard the river was going to fish, because I thought we were all going to get a bonus fish plus a few bits.
4 pounder bits.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Bonus fish plus 4 pound of other bits.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought.
6 to 8 pound was going to be,
Yeah.
Fortunately, first hour, we knew obviously the first hour was important. Bang on the hour mark, I'd got a bream. I texted the lads, I've got a bream. It come back. Adam's got a bream. Steve Ringer had got a 10 pound barbel. The only one that was struggling was Phil in the smaller fish section. But he was getting an odd little fish, so we thought, well, hopefully he's going to tick over, and he's getting bites. None of us could get another bite from another fish. Me and Adam, we'll talk about after. We played that bream, like it was the crown jewels, because we knew how important it was, and we performed the miracle. Because at the weigh-in, a couple of you guys had struggled.
We'd all struggled.
Well, yeah, you'd struggled. We'd got our bonus fish. Phil had done amazingly with catching small fish. And yeah, we had some luck catching our fish, but we put ourselves in the position to catch them. We understood what we were targeting on each particular peg. We knew what the best bait we'd got a bait we were confident in to catch them. We were confident in a way of feeding to catch them. And we get back and you drive by and we've like, have we drew with you in the league, or have we beat you, or you beat us? And you were like, your face wasn't a picture, but you beat us. And then you drove off into the pub to do the results. And we were like, we beat them. 15 points. We've clawed back. We had to claw back 16, didn't we, to beat you by a point?
16, you beat us by a point.
So
yeah.
Now, the league has been running for 6 years. We've won it 5 out of the 6 years. Which I think, and listen, I don't want to blow my own trumpet, but it's my team's trumpet. That is amazing, isn't it?
Amazing. It is amazing. It is, we have the Super League format runs with a final now as well. So we have the Super League and then the top 10 qualify for the final. And the league is a little bit, you can almost it's not quite It's not like winning. Is it like winning the Premier League and then not winning the Champions League final? It's a bit like that, right? So, like, if there isn't any money for winning the league anymore, all the money goes to the final. But the league holds a certain prestige for me. It holds a place where if you can be the best team across the 4 rounds, you are the best all-round feeder team in the country because, like you said, Rob, it's a river, commercial, a man-made style lake, a natural style lake. Different species, different fish, good fishing, bad fishing. Sometimes it's bagging, different baits. So, different styles as well. So if you can win the league, you're the best team. And I think for your team to win it 4 years running proves how good the team is. Or 5 out of 6 years proves how good the team was. And we really wanted to win. We've had a great league. We came second at Southfield, second at Barston. We won at Carmill. And like you said, really, 15 points. We've won on the Trent the last 2 years quite convincingly.
I'm going to say you were going into the Trent, not because obviously you knew how it was fishing.
Yeah.
But not believing that you were going to get beat.
No, because I thought the same as you. I thought there's going to be an odd big fish caught, but I thought there was probably 4 pound of bites on every single peg. And there was nowhere near 4 pound of bites on every single peg. To put it into perspective, we had an angler with 12 ounce, an angler with £1.10, an angler with £2, and a £5. They were our weights. We scored 33 points. Bearing in mind, 43 points for 3 previous rounds combined. Told you how patchy it was. And even with our 33 points, for you to beat us on such a patchy river, you needed everything to fall. And it did. It did. You've caught them.
I had a look at Will Freeman. He's hooked a bream and lost it. No, he's hooked it.
Yeah, Rob, I've had £5 dead. There's been a £5.2 and a £5.4. 2 little dace, and we beat you by a point. So I blamed myself. Mick blamed himself. Bud blamed himself. Will blamed himself. We all blamed ourselves because we all knew that we could have got 2 more points.
Yeah, but it's not
if we'd have tied, you'd have won on round count back. So we needed 2 more points.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, listen, you've won. And it's a little bit like, I reckon we're the Liverpool to your Man City, where we kept doing Liverpool kept like breaking every single record and would have won the league every other year if it hadn't have been for Man City. And that's what your Ringers team is like. You're the Man City. You are the best team, and we love all the teams love trying to knock you off your perch. And seeing as we have to big up our team a little bit because we are the reigning Super League final champions. We won the final last year at Staunton over 2 days. We're obviously now gunning for you in the final. So
you understand the final, and I'm going to say you talk about obviously all the teams. The standard has got brilliant, hasn't it? The standard is fantastic now.
It's a brilliant standard.
In that Super League, the standard is really good.
And the good thing about the final is, I would say across the finals 2 days, I would say of the 10 teams, every team going to the final, even the team in 10th place think, you know what? If it goes for us, we might win because it's one venue. The league is across 4 different venues, which is why, even though the standard is so high, Ringers ended up at the top because they are the best team. It's no different to Chelsea being able to beat Man City on the day, but across the course of the league, it's hard to beat them. And that's the truth of how the league is, and it makes it really exciting. But that's why the format's brilliant, because it means, like I've said to you in the past, how did you feel on Saturday winning the league? Absolutely over the moon. It was irrelevant there was no money. You stood there.
No, we wanted to win
right. So there you
go. I wanted to say we've won the league because I want to win everything that I enter.
Of course you do.
So to come away with the win is like, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And Dan Busters did a very similar thing to you. They were only 3 points behind you in third, And they went all out for the big fish approach, and it didn't pay off at all. And they just hung on to third. But, you know, in another world, especially when you're talking about one fish, you're not talking about like 4 or 5 big fish each. You're talking about a bream, a barbel, you know, and that's match fishing. And it was brilliant. And I did a post on it today saying, like, if I didn't have I suppose what I say, nobody wants to not win all the time. I've talked to you about this. You know, your team has been a little bit maybe complacent at times with the fact that you can win, and the fact that we were winning the league maybe gave you a little bit more. You know, we're going to go and win this, and that's good. That's how life should be, in my opinion. So, yeah, it was. I was pretty angry on Saturday night. I was angry on Saturday night, most of Sunday. Then I thought, it doesn't matter, I'll watch the football. So then I ended up going to bed angry again.
Really?
Just about got over it now.
Because I was smiling all the way home.
Oh,
and then it was a grin all Sunday, I'd say. And just with the odd chuckle to myself. So different, contrasting, wasn't it? Contrasting moods.
Very contrasting, yeah.
Just imagining how grumpy you were.
I was so grumpy. I was the grumpiest man.
So, in contrast to that, I've been on a section today, Lee, which you know well, a bit further upstream. No, a bit further downstream. And not being on good pegs, but where you can't get a bite on like a single pinky from anything on the bit that we fished at Burton Joyce. Today we're catching 8-ounce roach on 6mm halibut pellets and barbel and a dace every chalk on normal baits. But so obviously in some areas there is some fish feeding and it's good. And obviously we know the River Trent is teeming with fish. I just think that conditions are against it at the moment.
No, I think it was good conditions on Saturday, Rob. I think something's happened at Burton Joyce.
No, I'm not talking about weather conditions here and now. I think conditions over the last 2-3 months.
Yeah, I think heavy floods over winter have definitely had an effect at Burton Joyce somehow. So because the conditions for fishing on Saturday were good. They were good. The river was fining down. It was good. Should have all got bites Saturday. So maybe the fish are further downstream, upstream, wherever they are. They're just not there at the moment.
If I was a little fish, I'd be under a weir somewhere trying to get a bit of oxygen because I think the oxygen levels on the river aren't great.
Yeah, you might be right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So here we go. Just some good evenings. Cameron McKenzie, evening, gents. Stephen Armstrong. Stephen Armstrong came on a group coaching day. What a cracking bloke. Sausage rolls, Lee.
Yeah, they were good day, weren't they?
Sausage rolls. I even had his spare bait. Did you? Yeah. What a cracking bloke.
Probably beat me with it.
Stephen Armstrong, evening, gents. Hope you're both okay. We are, Stephen. Thank you. Tony Price. Everything, lads. I think it means and then below it, evening, lads. So yeah, evening. Andy Clark is off to Norfolk tomorrow at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. No, thank you.
Festival on. It's easy fishing the festival.
Fishing. Tony Gibbons, 3 Rivers.
Yeah, it's a good festival,
that, isn't it?
Yeah, Will Freeman's on that. Yeah.
Fern Bure, yeah or yar? What we're saying?
Yeah.
Fern Bure, yeah. No barbel. Yippee. Any tips? Have you got any tips for him, Lee?
Yeah, I think it's fishing well for a float. I keep watching. I love watching Nuddy. I love watching Nuddy's posts every week. Nuddy's how Nuddy can post that he's one on the float on the pole still. I just think it's remarkable. I think he's absolutely amazing, and I think he won the match this weekend. I think there's a lot of float fish to be caught. I don't think there's as many feeder fish. So if you want some advice, I would say get your catapult out. You'll be doing some float fishing, I think, from what I've seen, which is fantastic. Great rivers they are, Rob. You'd love that festival. That would make great. You would love that for 3 days. You would.
Would I?
Oh, yeah.
Feeding a lot of bait.
Not loads. It's not as aggressive as the Trent, but it's brilliant fishing. It's
smaller
rivers than the Trent. Pardon?
How far out do you need to fish on the pole?
It depends. Yeah. Oh no, short, 11 meters. There's no long pole, and then there's like feeder, but it's all light rods with feeders really. Yeah, it's a little bit more manly. It's 45 grams on the yeah, but the Thurn is Thurn is like the baby, and Bure is medium, and yeah is like a toned down Trent. It's brilliant. You'd love it.
Yeah, I bet it sounds great. I've never fished any of the Broads. Never fished them.
No. Yeah, you're missing. It's unbelievable that you
really have a go, haven't we?
Yeah, you love it. Yeah.
What are the plans this week then, Lee? So I've got Southfield tomorrow.
Have you? Oh, why is that? Why is that? Have you not been successful for once?
Sorry?
I said, why is that? Have you not been successful for once?
I can't qualify for the Feeder King. I can't qualify for the Feeder King final. I keep trying, but I can't do it. So I'm going to have another go and see where it gets me.
Yeah, I'll probably come. Don't worry, you'll probably qualify, win, and push me in a second in that.
I'll tell you what I've got to do.
Go on.
Take Mick Axon his prize.
You have got to take Mick Axon his prize, yeah. Yeah, Mick was the winner of our last competition. Rob, have got a very, very busy week. I've actually booked the next 3 days off because I am going to Slovenia for the World Club Championships at Barnsley at the weekend. And tonight I was just before you called, I was doing slider rods. So I've done 3 slider rods so far.
You going to show us? I thought you were going to show us the slider rods then.
No, they're wrapped up in there in the garage, ready to go. And tomorrow I've done some bleak whips, and tomorrow I need to do some big floats. So got a lot to do, but I also have a lot of because the manager. I do a lot of organising to do. I've got to go and get some worms from Willy Worms. Lots of things I've got to go and do over the next 3 or 4 days. So yeah, busy, very busy the next few days.
Sounds interesting. Fishing related stuff. So I mentioned Mick Axon winning the competition. Last competition that we ran. We have been running last week, another competition where you could win a Daiwa Tournament Pro margin pole, a thing of beauty, beautiful bit of kit. We're going to do the draw now, so we're going to find out who's won it. So, as always, Lee's got his spreadsheet. Lee's going to run through how we are going to choose a winner. These are your runners and riders, Lee. So on the screen there, you've got your spreadsheet and your runners and riders.
Yeah. So a reminder for those who haven't done it before, but a reminder for those that have: when you buy a ticket, you get given a ticket number. Now, if you bought 10 tickets, you'd be given 10 random ticket numbers. I can just see there, for example, Sean Elliott has got ticket 10. He's also got ticket 132, for example. And when you buy your tickets, they're randomly allocated to you. So we put them in numerical order. And then alongside that, we give you a draw number just to make the draw nice and simple. So the lowest ticket number equals the lowest draw number. And then, of course, as you go up in ticket number, your draw number goes up. So we have got tonight. Oh, keep going. 548 tickets sold. So in the draw, there'll be 1 to 548, which Rob will randomly choose using Google random number generator, and then that will decide our winner, Robert.
Okay, superb. So just while I'm doing this, I'm going to explain to you that we've got another competition on the website now, the Cutting Edge Comps website, where you can win a 2-night break at Makins, one of the best fisheries in the country, and a load of Guru fishing kit as well. Hot tub in the lodge, free fishing, absolutely fantastic prize. So
it's a mega prize, right? So if you're watching this, like, this is something a little bit different for us as well. Like we, really get on well with the guys at Makins, and we worked with them to put this prize together because we think that Makins is a brilliant fishery. Like you say, the accommodation. Remember when we got there, Rob? They said, we just need to tidy this one a little bit. We were like, well, no, we're just going and have a look, no problem. And it was like, what? It was so unbelievably amazing.
Free queen bedrooms or whatever.
Yeah, amazing, beautiful showers, bathrooms, kitchens, backs onto Lake 5. You can get a chance to win a 2-night stay there, have some great fishing, and win some Guru fishing tackle. That is a ridiculously good prize, and it's so easy to enter. If you want to enter, Tickets are 99p to enter, and you can have as many tickets as you want. So if you just want one go, or if you want 100 goes, you can enter, can't you, Rob? And that's what the beauty of what we're doing is. We're putting together a little prize that we think we like, and we had a great day's fishing there doing it as well, didn't we?
Yeah, we'll release a video in this week. It should be. Before we go, we've got to draw this prize, though, Lee, first. So what was it? 1, 2. What was it? 548.
548. 1 to 548, Rob.
So this is for the Daiwa Tournament Pro margin pole. So good luck, everybody. 297, Lee. 297.
297 is Dean Styles.
Dean Styles.
Ticket number 1619 297. Dean Styles. Dean, huge congratulations. You have just won a Daiwa Tournament Pro margin pole. Like Rob says, a very, very nice piece of fishing equipment.
Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, we'll get that off to you in the post. We'll obviously, we're not going to elasticate it for you, Dean, because we don't know what you want to put in it, but it's brand new pole. I'm sure you're going to catch loads of fish with it. It's like Lee says, a beautiful bit of kit. Remember, this thing on this makings competition, literally just been put on the website. If you want to go with a couple of fishing mates, if you wanted to go with your partner, and you want to go you don't even want to go fishing, you just want to go and have a beautiful couple of nights away, with a hot tub,
escape, yeah.
With a hot tub, and you want to go away somewhere. It's a beautiful place to go. Like Lee says, the lodge is stunning. You go in there, honestly, the space in the lodge, how it's all put together,
really good,
brilliant. So to couple that with the Guru gear as well, that worth it in itself, plus the fishing, it's a no-brainer. Get over there, have a go. I've got to have my dinner, Lee, because literally 2 minutes before we come online, I got in from the river. It was like I'll tell you what, last cast. It was like last cast. And just as we were going to bring it in, it's dropped back like that. It's cooped over, and we've played a fish for like 10 minutes. It was a beautiful barbel, about £6. But on light gear, it was one of them that just would not come in. Snagged us up as well. Snagged us up a couple of times. Like proper gave a good account of itself. Beautiful fish. So that's why we stayed for so long. We just needed to get one last fish, and it was well worth waiting for today. Let me tell you.
Good.
Right. Good evening, folks. I hope you. We're not going to talk about football. It's too depressing. Well done, Dean, winning the competition prize. We've got on the website, in other news, on the website, James O'Doherty talking about how Ireland won the World Champs. Go over and check that out. That's also on the YouTube member section. So if you log into YouTube, go into the Edge YouTube homepage, click the join button, you'll be able to watch James O'Doherty telling us about how Ireland won the World Champs. And also, next week, when the main video is released, you'll be able to watch James O'Doherty catching a load of hybrids on the Loch Earn. Beautiful place to be. And every time James did something, I think we spoke about this before, every time James did something, he caught a hybrid. Every time he told us he was going to catch a big hybrid, he caught a big hybrid, didn't he? Every time he told us that I'll probably catch a perch this chuck, it won't work, he caught a perch. And then he'd say, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this and I'm going to catch a hybrid. He chucked it out and he caught a hybrid. He knew his stuff. And we've got an hour and 20 minutes, I think it was, of him telling us how to catch these big wild fish. What a guy. Amazing. So check that out. Are we finished?
We're all done. That's it. It's brilliant. Loved it. Really? Excited. I'm excited for James's video. Can't wait to watch it myself.
I don't think you haven't seen it, have you?
Not seen it. I was there live, but I'm going to watch it. I can't wait to watch it. So I listened to the World Champs the other day. I really enjoyed it. Really, it's a great listen.
Yeah, because you were fishing on his kit when we filmed that.
I was, so I couldn't hear what he was saying. So I watched it and thought, it's really good. That was,
I thought interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. Yeah.
Good group of lads as well. Right. Yeah. Good evening, folks. I'm going to go and sort the children out, have a bit of food as well.
See you later.